Hey folks, welcome back. Today, just a quick discussion on Listia. I've actually gotten, over the last couple of months, a lot of requests to follow up on Listia because I've made remarks about Listia in the past. Not too favorable, quite frankly, because Listia for the last couple of years has had a lot of problems and it doesn't look like it's getting any better. My wife will not be joining me for this discussion, unfortunately, because she really isn't part of Listia. I'm the one that had the big Listia account. And I know, so you're stuck with me. Sorry. But I've talked about them before, not too favorably. I've even made some suggestions how they could fix their problems. And the problem primarily roots in the fact that they have turned Listia points into a cryptocurrency. It was a token economy system site, which meant that you traded things, you got points, and you used the points to purchase other things. And that's how Listia worked. That's been done before with other trading sites. And Listia was the last one, quite frankly, because I've watched every trading site one by one. They make some drastic change and then they just fall apart. They disappear completely or they turn into something else. And that's what's happening with Listia. Basically, if I can no longer recommend anybody taking part in Listia and its activities. I just can't do it. I can't tell people. I used to put a link and say, hey, join me on Listia. I'm not going to do it anymore. Unless there's some massive, drastic change, which I seriously doubt, that will not happen. I'm not in trouble with Listia, if you're wondering. My account is in good standing, but I haven't posted anything there in like probably a month. I can't do it. I've watched everybody else that I was associated with that were longtime Listians slowly drift away. I was like a dinosaur in the bunch because everybody else that was the big trading partners that were around from the beginning they're just not part of it anymore. And it started where they monetized their system. You know, I've talked about it. It was a token economy system. You trade your points. You trade your item for points. You trade your points for an item. They monetized it. They made it so that the points, Listia points, were a cryptocurrency. You could sell your points or purchase them outright. Now, when Listia started off, 1,000 points averaged out to about $1. So 1,000 points equaled $1. As of right now, 1,000 points equals 4 cents. Exactly, technically, but it's worth less than that because for the last 3 months also, I assume it's some kind of a failed effort to get control over the value of Listia points, which just has continued to drop nonstop since the day they started this. They're currently running a credit matching program or a points matching program. So if you buy a grouping of points, like right now today, and I'll put a picture up of this, if you buy 500,000 points, they will match you 500,000 points up to 4 purchases. So they'll match 200,000 points, right? No, 2 million, I'm sorry. They'll match 2 million points for 2 million more points. So that makes 1,000 points worth 2 cents instead of 4. 2 cents for 1,000 points. The points are worthless and getting worse. And they do this every day. It's for the last 3 months or so. It's either 250,000 points matched or 500,000 points matched. Minimum 4 times you can do it, maximum 100. I've seen a few times where they've done it where they'll match it 100 times. So it's cheaper to buy the points than it is to put anything on Listia. Pray that somebody's left who will actually bid on your stuff because the bids just aren't there, folks. Nobody's bidding anymore. And also, the other thing that's concerned me with this is the site has filled up with all of these Chinese vendors, Chinese or Filipino vendors. And I'll put an image of this up too. I just randomly open up any toy item, action figures I looked up. This is one of the first things comes up. I open it and look at this. You are not bidding with Listia credits. You are buying this. Look at the shipping rate. This is coming from like Hong Kong or somewhere. And Listia is filling up with ads like this. a considerable amount of the Listia ads look like this now. And, you know, if it's coming from the Orient like that, if it's coming from that part of Asia, you're looking at knockoffs. Knockoffs are things that were stolen out of the warehouse, stuff that slipped out the back door. So I can only assume that maybe the CEOs of Listia, who are all Chinese businessmen, by the way, look it up, either want to turn this into a cryptocurrency and it failed, or they want to turn it into an online retailer for whoever they're working with overseas. That's what it looks like from the perspective of where I'm looking at it now. But I can't recommend getting involved with Listia anymore. And it's a shame because this is what happens to like every trading site. They all go belly up. Somebody gets greedy, something changes drastically, and the site either disappears like Swap Treasures. One day, bam, it was just gone. Swap Treasures just evaporated. Or it changes into something like this or something else, and then you just can't use the site anymore. So I'm sorry, you know, if you were looking into Listia, be careful. Be very careful. I don't recommend it right now. Maybe if something changes in the future, it'll get better. I don't see it happening because people have been sitting there for 2 years saying maybe something will change and it'll get better. Nothing has changed except for bad things, and nothing has gotten better. It continues to get worse. Listia won't listen to advice. I don't know what else to say. If it changes drastically, maybe I'll look at it again, but as for right now, I'm done with it. I can't do it anymore. And it's a shame because I had a lot of fun on that site, got a lot of great trades, made a lot of great deals with people, whatever. But the whole turning the token economy points into a cryptocurrency has destroyed it. Listia never controlled it. They never put a cap to control the value. They let it fluctuate like the stock market, and it just continued to go down as people continue to sell the points. And just like with any stock, the worse it gets, the more it tanks, the more people sell out to get whatever they can out of it before it's too late. That's what happens in the stock market. That's what happened with this. So Listia is dead. It's a dead market. I really don't see wasting time with it. I mean, if you're still working in Listia and it's working out for you, good for you. I hope it continues to. But personally, I just can't see it. I know this isn't as peppy as most of the discussions that we do. I'm so sorry. But that's just the truth as I see it based on my experience with it. So I hope you found it helpful. Once again, hate to be the bearer of bad news, but hope you found it helpful. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, now's your chance. We do appreciate it. Give it a thumbs up if you agree with the video. If you have anything else to say about it, put it in the comment section below. We do try to keep up with that and respond to everybody. So, hey, thanks for watching. And watch out for our next discussion. My wife and I will be having a Funko discussion coming up here shortly about flippers and their impact on the market. So hope to see you there. Get off the door. What are you doing? Get out of here. Do you want to come up here and do this? You want to come up here and do this? Huh? Come here. Huh? Here. You do it. Talk to the people. Huh? Nothing to say now? You want to talk to the people? Say hello? No? You don't like that idea? Yeah, now you want to leave. All right, fine.